Hello everyone, welcome to this month's crystal reading for April 2021. I've already pulled the crystals that I'll be reading from today. We've got Hiddenite, Lithium quartz, and Citrine. So we've got two heart crystals, although Hiddenite can really be placed on any energy center or any area of the body. And we've got one solar plexus, lower energy center, lower body energy center crystal. And color-wise, we've got the pale sort of yellow-green, which is oftentimes associated with new beginnings. They're all really kind of spring colors, actually. Pastel-y sort of spring colors, because we're headed into, we've started spring here in the northern hemisphere. So we've got, the pale yellow-green, which, as I said, is oftentimes associated with new beginnings, with fresh starts, with healing energy, also heart, and again, kind of solar plexus energy. We've got the lovely soft pink coloring in lithium quartz, which is soothing, which is heart healing, which is loving, especially loving for the self, befriending the self and others. And then we've got the pale yellow, shade, which is, prosperity, and oftentimes associated with prosperity, with abundance, with sunlight energy, healthy boundaries, empowerment, creativity. So we've got some interesting colors showing up. And I'll start off channeling from the Hiddenite. And Hiddenite is, a wonderful crystal. It's a positive energy shift crystal is usually oftentimes what I work with it. It's also a crystal of synchronicity and divine intervention and help. So tuning in first with the Hiddenite to connect with the Hiddenite message for April. Okay, and it's saying that April is off to a bumpy start. It's going to be a bumpy month. It's going to be a bumpy month for a lot of people. Even for myself, where I'm living here in Ontario, we've got yet more lockdowns and whatever else COVID-related measures that are being put in place that are, increasing the hardship that already so many people are experiencing. And no doubt that's happening in a lot of places all over the world. But energetically, it's saying it's a bumpy month. Weather-wise, it's a bumpy month. We're going to start seeing more blips, in terms of climate, in terms of weather. But it's saying, it's not a bad news crystal. And so this isn't so much about bad news. It's about preparation. It's about being aware and being really aware in terms of where your energy is aligned. And it's like that, that sort of self-help thing that we're taught in terms of, if we start off our day in a really negative place, it just kind of snowballs and increasingly becomes negative. And the same thing with the positive. And it says when we're going through these bumpy months where the weather is really up and down, our experiences, our moods, our energies are really up and down, it's really, really important for us to maintain that perspective, that kind of optimistic perspective. And it's saying it's not about candy coating reality, because let's face it, that's BS, right? That's BS. It's, it's in some cases spiritual bypassing and whatever else. So it's not about candy coating that. It's really about path of mastery. It's about mastering your response to your experience. It's about mastering your own energy, your own outlook, your own mindset. So there's a certain measure of mindfulness, but it's saying, to really kind of positively impact synchronicity, things flowing your way. Yes, we can be going bumpy months, but if we're just kind of riding the wave and going with the flow and everything keeps lining up in a way that's supporting us, it helps us through these times. So this is what it's saying. It's saying, really invoke your mastery and evoke your mastery. Things may rattle or shake you a little bit, but then just choose to come back to your highest vision in terms of how you want things to go. Master how you impact your reality. reality and how you co-create your reality through your energy. So that's some big time guidance from Hiddenite and the Hiddenite consciousness for this month. So now we're coming into lithium quartz, which is just completely a different vibe. So let me settle into the consciousness and energy of lithium quartz. Okay, and the words that come through right away are peace, my child, and gentleness, compassion. Have compassion with yourselves this month. Evoke, again, that word, evoke compassion for others through this month. We're going through a bumpy ride, but it's saying it's almost like, when you go to the beach and you shake out your towel, to get rid of the sand. This is the image I'm being given. You shake out the towel to get rid of the sand before you pack your towel away, and go home for the day after a nice day of beach. And it's saying this is what's really happening. A lot of things are kind of being wrung out of the fabric of time, sort of the universal fabric, and how it's woven in terms of our reality, in terms of the world that we're living in terms of the times. There's a lot of people who are getting really fed up, with how things have been handled, how things are going. There are a lot more people, it's showing me this month, that are really going to reclaim their authority, reclaim their sovereignty, reclaim their empowerment. But again, it's asking us to do this from a very heart-centered place, a very loving place, and to make sure that we also give ourselves times of rest, times of quiet, times of gentleness. I'm seeing spikes, in terms of stress, in terms of anxiety, in terms of anger this month. And it's saying, peace, my child, soothe. Find ways to calm and open the heart. Find ways to be gentle to yourself. Find ways to give to yourself and give to others. Because again, this brings you back into alignment with your soul and spirit. It brings you back into center. But it also helps to shake some of that stress out and shake some of that anxiety energy out of your body, but not in a vigorous way, in a way of gentleness, in a way of releasing and surrendering it out of your system. So there's definitely this guidance, the advice to maintain calm, maintain a higher perspective, and really keep tuning into your heart and the love in your heart. This is what we need at times to carry us through challenging times. I will tell you though, again, I'm not being a bad news bear. I don't see this as being like a horrific month, horrible things happening this month. It's not like that. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. And so it's kind of like, even, if you're in an airplane and there's a bit of turbulence or something, you strap on your seatbelt, it's a bit scary. But you find ways to calm, you find ways to soothe yourself in response to that, because it's going to pass. It's only temporary. And so that's the advice that is coming from lithium quartz. And of course, energy medicine wise, crystal medicine wise, this is excellent spirit medicine. Both of these crystals are so far, but this is excellent spirit medicine for those of you who feel like you're starting to feel overwhelmed or anxious or stressed. It really helps to open up that heart center and flood us with that calming, soothing, nurturing energy that we need. And so last but not least, I'm coming into the citrine. And so citrine, as I said, is, very higher frequency crystal, of course, high frequency crystal, because it's a quartz. It channels sun energy, the sun rays, very creative, very positive, and really abundant. So let's tune in with citrine and see how citrine is going to sort of wrap this up and summarize for us. Okay, so it's saying it's not going to be a bad month, but this is a month. This is a month to plan. This is a month to plan. This is a month to creatively plan how you want to move forward. We're coming out of. It feels like I do see some energy drop happening in May, and so we'll circle back to that as we get closer to May. I'll do a crystal reading, maybe the few days before May starts or the week before May. But what it's saying in terms of April, is this is a time to plan. It's, and especially again for those of us who are in the north, those of us who are, nature people, gardeners and stuff like that. We're planting our gardens. We're starting to prep our garden. And this is very much kind of the advice that I'm getting from Citrine. Creatively plan, be creative. How is it that you want to come out of the slump that you've been in, or the hardship that you've been in, or what it is that you've been experiencing? How do you want to come out of that? Because we are starting to come out of that, but it's like anything else. It's like you shoot your energy forward, right? You shoot your energy forward. This is part of how we co-create. This is part of how we manifest based on our visions, because we as beings, we work on being present. We work on being in the moment, right? And being mindful and grounded in the moment. But at the same time, energetically, we have no limitations. And so if you're shooting your energy forward, what is it that you're sending your energy forward into? What are you seeking to plan? What are you seeking to prepare? What are you putting ahead on your path? And it's saying that this is very much the guidance for this month. Plan, prepare, vision, and really make it creative, make it abundant, make it positive, because it's saying that's also part of what will help pull us through, again, this sort of bumpy month, this a bit of a challenging month. This is part of what will help us through as we move forward. It's like as we're laying our bricks in place, as we're building our path forward, having that vision, having that positive, empowering vision as we move forward is also going to be really beneficial, because the thing that I'm seeing is, for those of you for whom this resonates and you're like, yes, I'm willing to embody that, I'm willing to do that, I see it bearing fruit. So this is a time where you can really start to harvest and gather in and build up that positive manifestation energy. Again, prosperity, abundance. These are all things that we can start to build energetically for ourselves this month and project into our future in these next couple of months. And those of you who do that are going to benefit really well from that. So don't get stuck in the muck. Don't get stuck in lower, harmful thoughts or negative stories or cycles, that you're repeating for that. Don't project that into your future. Take some time now to be gentle with yourself, give you space, give yourself quiet, give yourself ease. All right, really allow yourself to embody what might be an optimistic feeling, optimistic mindset. And then really think of how you want to co-create. And this applies for everyone. We're all sort of in different places right now, even though we're all on this sort of collective path. We're all having extremely varied experiences. Some are just plain bloody awful, and then there are some people who are thriving, and there's everything that's happening in between. But we can help bring all of us, we can help bring and carry each other into a better place, into a more positive place. But there has to be the willingness to do that. There has to be the vision to do that. And we need to channel energy into that. And not just for ourselves individually, but collectively, as a community, as a global community. So that's the message. That's sort of the final rounding up and sort of summary for this month. So I hope that was of service to you. I can say, courage, my loves. Keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep holding space for your greatest joy, your health, your wellness, because at the end of the day, that's what you have control over. You have control over your energy. You have control over how you are directing your energy. So seize your power, reclaim your power, ground yourself in your sovereignty, and let's all individually and collectively start not only, imagining a greater vision, but let's start aligning our energy with a greater vision as we move forward. So peace and blessings to all of you. May you thrive, may you flourish, take care of each other, and I will be back soon with another crystal video for you.